Hello and welcome to today's lesson, which is factorising into a single bracket. So the first thing we should probably talk about is what does factorising actually mean? Well, you know when we expand brackets, we are expanding out the brackets, we're getting rid of the brackets, whereas factorising means that you're putting them back in, okay? So expanding gets rid of the brackets, factorising is putting them back in, okay? So let's just carry on with our first question. So let's have a little look at this then. So factorise this expression. So the thing we've got to be asking ourselves are what's the highest common factor of 6x and 24? So first of all, let's maybe have a look at now you don't have to do this every time. I think a lot of people can just see these questions usually. But let's have a little look at both of them. So we've got here. Now remember to get this down in your notes. The only way to learn maths is to do it. So here we've got 6x plus 24. So what are the factors of 6x? You don't have to do this every time. So the factors of 6x are going to be, it's going to be 6, 1, 3, 2, and then x as well. Now you can have x with all of these. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But they're the factors of 6x. What about the factors of 24? It's always better to do it. So 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 does go into it 8 times, 4 and 6, and then that's it, done there. So what's the highest common factor of this? Well, the highest common factor that goes into both of these is 6 and 6. So that's what's going to go outside my bracket. So this is example 1. So 6 goes outside my bracket. So it's going to be 6. What do I need? So the question you need to ask yourself is what do I need to times by 6 to get 6x? So what do I need to times by 6 to get to 6x? It's just going to be x. And what do I need to times by 6 to get to 24? Well, that's going to be 6, 12, 18, 24. So plus 4. So we've put those brackets back in. Now you can, if you want, check that by expanding it out. 6 times by x is 6x. 6 times by 4 is equal to 24. That's example 1 done. So let's have a go at these 3 examples here. So the first one that we're going to be doing is 6t plus 9m. So with this one here, we've got to find out what the numbers go into both 6 and 9. Now you might just be able to see this. Okay, factors of 6 are 1 and 6, 2 and 3. Factors of 9 are 1 and 9. 2 doesn't go in, 3 and 3. So the number that goes into both 6 and 9 is 3. So that's what's going to go outside my bracket. What do I need to times by 3 to get 6t? Well, that's just going to be equal to 2t. What do I need to times by 3 to get 9m? Well, that's going to be equal to 3m there, like so. And that's that question done. We've factorised it, we've put it into brackets. Okay, so that's example 1. Make sure you're getting these down in your notes, remember. Example 2, sorry. Example 3. So here we've got 15g minus 25g. So what's the highest common factor of both of these? Well, the highest common factor, the number that goes into both of these, is 5. That should be y, sorry. So 5 goes outside. So what do I need to times by 5 to get 15g? Well, that's equal to 3g. What do I need to times by 5 to get minus 25y? Well, that's going to be equal to minus 5y there, like so. Example 4. So I'm going to do quite a few of these examples. So you'll notice with this one, I've got 6my plus 4py. So first of all, let's think about the numbers. What's the highest common factor of 6 and 4? So what number goes into 6 and 4? Well, the number that goes into both of these is 2. There's 2 goes into 4, 2 goes into 6. There's nothing else that goes into both of them. Well, there is 1, but this is the highest one. So, what letter now is in both of them? Now you notice that there's actually here, I couldn't take these outside because it was G and Y. I couldn't take these outside because it was T and M. However, in this one here, we've got a Y in both of these, so I can take that outside. And the question now is, what do I need to times by 2y to get 6my? Well, what do I need to times by 2 to get 6? That's 3. What do I need to times by y to get my? It's just going to be m. What do I need to times by 2y to get 4py? Well, what do I need to times by 2 to get 4? That's going to be equal to 2. And what do I need to times by y to get py? It's going to be p. So that's that question done as well. Example 4 done. Okay, let's have a go at some more of these. I'm just going to do a couple more. So this one here is example 5. Remember to get these down in your notes. Remember, the only way to learn maths is to do it. So here I've got 6x plus 9y xy. So what's the highest common factor of 6 and 9? Well, the highest common factor of 6 and 9, the number that goes into both of those, is going to be equal to 3. We notice as well that we've also got an x and an xy here. And x is in both of those, so x needs to go outside as well. So the question you've got to ask yourself now is, what do I need to times by 3x to get 6x? The answer is just 2. 2 times 3x is 6x. And what do I need to times by 3x to get 9xy? What do I need to times by 3 to get 9? The answer to that is 3. And what do I need to times by x to get xy? Well, I just need that extra y on there, like so. And that's example 5 done. Okay, let's take this a little bit harder, and then we're going to have a go at some yourself. Let's have a little go at this one here. So, with this question here, this is example 6 now. So, example 6. And this is 3x squared y plus 5xy cubed. So this one's a little bit harder now. Now the first thing I want to look at is these numbers. What's the highest common factor of 3 and 5? Well, the only thing that goes into 3 and 5 is 1, so I don't need to deal with that one. Okay, so there's no number that's going to go outside this. However, I do notice that there's an x squared and a y, and an x and a y. So I've actually got x and y in both of these. So what's the highest power of x I've got? Sorry, what's the highest power of x I've got in both of these? Well, the highest power of x I've got in both is 1x. So there needs to be an x outside. I'm not saying the highest power of x, I'm saying the highest power of x in both. What's the highest power of y I've got in both of these? Well, the highest power of y I've got in these is just y. So that needs to go outside. So there's my outside of my bracket. So what do I need to times by xy to get 3x squared y? Well, I know it's definitely going to be the 3. What do I need to times by x to get x squared? It's just going to be x. What do I need to times by y to get y? Well, that would just be 1. So I just need 3x there. Now you can check that if you want. 3x times xy is equal to 3x squared y. So next up, what do I need to times by xy to get 5xy cubed? Well, first of all, I've got no numbers involved, so I know there's definitely going to be a 5. What do I need to times by x to get x? Well, that's just going to be 1, so I just keep that the same. This next one's a little bit harder. What do I need to times by y to get y cubed? And in that case, it's going to be equal to y squared. Now, it is worth checking this one because it's a little bit trickier. So, xy times by 3x, well, that's going to be 3. X times x is x squared, times by the y, which is y. Then here, xy times by this, well, it's going to be 5. X, just the x, yes, good. And y times by y squared is equal to the y cubed. So yes, I've got that right. Perfect. So that was example 6. So what I'm going to say now is I'm going to make this big. Have a go at some of these. If you are struggling with these, then have a go at some of the green questions and focus on that. If you're finding them easy, then maybe have a go at some amber. They gradually get harder and harder. I would suggest that you do at least a couple from each section. Okay? So have a go at some of those. Pause now and have a go at those. Do at least 2 from each section. And I'm going to pop the answers up for these. So mark those in green. They do get harder as you go further up. Okay, if you're doing foundation, stop there because this next section only comes up in the higher paper. If you're doing higher, or if you just want to have a go at some of these questions and push yourself that little bit further, then have a go at these questions here. Okay, so this question I've seen popping up every now and again in the new higher paper, and it doesn't look like it's a factorising question, and it especially doesn't look like it's a single bracket factorising question. What it looks like is it should be an expanding bracket question, but actually what I've got here is I do have a common term in both. And that common term that I've got in both of them, so here I've got, let's write it down, this is example 7. I've got here 2 x minus 2's plus 3 x minus 2 squared. So in this one here, the thing that I've got in common in both of these is this x minus 2. So I can take that out as a common factor. Now with this one here, you might be worth at this stage, now you don't have to write this out, you should be able to see this with your powers. But I'm just going to write this out to help us out for this one. So we have 2 bracket x minus 2 plus 3 x minus 2. And then because it's squared, it's going to be x minus 2 again. So I've got x minus 2 times by x minus 2. Now, as I said, the thing which is in common in both of these is this x minus 2. And I've only got one of them in both of these. So that's what I'm going to take out as a common factor. So actually, my thing which I'm going to take outside my bracket is this x minus 2. And then I end up with, kind of, like you can do a square bracket or a different bracket. I'm going to have here a bracket from all of these. So what do I need to times by x minus 2 to get 2 x minus 2's? Well, that's just going to be equal to 2. And what do I need to times by x minus 2 to get all of this? 3 bracket x minus 2, x minus 2. Well, the only thing that's going to be left here is going to be a 3 bracket x minus 2. Like so. I've taken this x minus 2 out as a common factor. And then what I need to do is I need to expand this and simplify this side. So it's going to be x minus 2, 3 times by x is 3x. 3 times by minus 2 is minus 6. I can then simplify these here. 2 minus 6 is equal to minus 4. So I've got x minus 2 2 minus 6 is minus 4, and the 3x is going to be 3x minus 4. So what I've done there is I've taken out x minus 2 as a common factor, okay, which is here. And then I've got to simplify everything which is left over to get this 3x minus 4. That was example 7. I am going to do one more of these. So, one more of these questions. So here we've got 2 bracket x minus 2 plus, that's the same question, silly believe. Try again. We've got 4 bracket x plus 3 all cubed plus 3 times by x plus 3 all squared. Now the thing that I can take out of both of these is the same as a bracket again, so it's going to be this x plus 3. However, the difference with this one is that I've got this one here which is squared, and I've got this one here which is cubed. So I can actually, the highest power of the bracket which is in both of these is that squared. So what I can take out of this, remember this is example 8, make sure it's in your notes. I'm taking both of these out, so that's going to be equal to x plus 3 squared, because that's the highest power in both of these, times by, well, if I've taken out a squared from this one, what am I left with? I'm just left with 4 times by x plus 3. And I've taken this x plus 3 squared out of this one, so all I'm left with there is just the 3 here. So I've taken this x plus 3 squared out from both of them. So then what I need to do is just simplify this side. So I've got x plus 3 squared. 4 times by x is 4x. 4 times by 3 is equal to plus 12. Plus the 3 at the end. And then I can simplify this. So I've got x plus 3 all squared. 4x, 12 plus 3 is equal to the 15. And that's that question done. So what we've done here is we've taken out x plus 3 squared. If I take out x plus 3 squared from this, it just leaves me with 4 times by x plus 3. If I take x plus 3 squared out of this one, I'm just left with that 3. Yeah? Then I simplify, and I'm left with that. Okay, I have got 3 of these questions for you to have a go at. Okay, so have a go at these 3 questions here. Pause now, I'll make this big so you can see it. Have a go at those 3 questions there. Pause now so you can have a go at those. And I'm going to pop these answers up now. So there's the answers to those. Okay, thank you for watching this lesson, which was expanding out a single bracket. Remember to make sure you're having a go at all these questions, because the only way to learn maths is to do it. Have a wonderful day.